I said, I don't like Trump. I was like, what are you going to do? It's
He's
protected
kicking
by the
authority
First
in the
Amendment.
balls.
I don't like Trump.
Piker posted about the incident on Twitter and later talked about it on his stream. He was detained in Chicago and questioned for 2 hours.
What kind of things do you stream about? And at first I was like, do I just tell them I play video games?
They knew.
So I was just like, yeah, I play video games.
He didn't get stopped by
Current
accident.
events, sometimes drama. Do you talk about the news? And
They knew.
Why are you asking me this?
That's the entire reason they detained you.
The dude asked so many.
They want to chill
insane
speech in this
questions.
country.
I actually wanted to see how far I could take it. Maybe it was up of me to do that. Maybe it was not appropriate for me to do that, to play fast and loose with a person that has complete control over my life in that very moment. But I wanted to see like what
You can afford a lawyer.
What
You're the
they were
exact
trying to
person that
get
needs to
away
be doing that shit.
like what they were trying to take from this conversation. I'm going to CCOT. This dude is going to literally hook me. So I got a little lucky. All right. I will.
You're not going to CCOT. You're Hasan Piker. You're very high profile. This happened in Nashville on Saturday. More shocking video of the police state. Everybody warned was coming.
Now we have new
We warned you.
ICE operation last night in Antioch. It was on Harding Place and Antioch Pike. The Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security confirmed to us an operation did happen last night. You can see in this video ICE agents and state troopers taking a man into custody. We're working to learn more about this.
Just snatching up an old man at a MAPCO.
Last night's activity.
55-year-old man was pulled from his car and detained on his birthday. Early on Saturday morning, as part of an ongoing immigration enforcement in South Nashville, Eduardo David Campos is now in custody at the Putnam County Jail. And as of Saturday night, no charges have been filed. We're just snatching up people and holding them without charges. This is America. Freedom, fuck yeah. Bystander Denora Romero captured his arrest on video in the parking lot of a gas station. You see the other individuals asking the troopers, like, what are their names? What are they doing? What was the reason to pull them over? And then out of nowhere, they were just like, we got to do something. And they start taking the man out of the car. We start yelling to him, you have rights. Don't get out of the car. Can I pop this out? They might want me to sign into Instagram. No, we're good. We're good.
Please back up. Please back up. Please back up. Please back up. I'm gonna ask you to stay back. Please stay back.
What are you doing? No diga nada. No diga nada. No firme nada. No diga nada. No firme nada. No diga nada. Y'all wrong. Y'all are wrong.
So it wasn't even pulled over for anything. No crime committed.
No firme nada. No diga nada. What y'all are doing is illegal. This is kidnapping. Get the out of Nashville. No diga nada, no firme nada. Tiene derechos. No diga nada, no firme.
Witnesses say the man was pulled from the vehicle and detained. Antioch, Tennessee. Something was to happen to my parent or my uncle, my cousin, anybody, I would want to know. This is according to one of the witnesses. They're taking them, not letting no family member know where they're going. She says she was able to get in touch with his family and tell them where he had been taken. She then returned to his now abandoned car. She returned his now abandoned car to his home. I have never met this man in my life, never, not even his wife. But I think about my family, and everyone should think that way, especially the Hispanic community. This could be your brother. This could be your dad. This could be your grandpa, your uncle. We have to have a heart. Romero first learned about the ICE operations in her community last week from videos on social media, just pulling over random Hispanics. Anybody that looked brown or looked like me, they would literally pull them over just to see. They would ask them, do they speak English? How long have they been here? She says not long after that, she experienced the ICE operations firsthand. The first time she was pulled over, she says the trooper told her her headlight was out and let her go with just a traffic warning, but later in the week, she says she was stopped again. I was riding down Murfreesboro Road going towards Briley. I seen state troopers pull somebody over, so I turned around and I tell the Hispanic man, because he's already detained, handcuffs and everything, like he was already speaking to them. So I tell him, like, don't say nothing, don't sign nothing. You have a right to remain silent. She says it was after a few other similar interactions that night that a state trooper pulled her over. These are the rights that Hispanic immigrants don't know, Romero said. It's like they do not want them to know. So I feel as a U.S. citizen that comes from immigrant parents, in my heart, I have to help them because they have rights. They're clueless. They're scared. It's cruel. So when I tell the second man on Nolensville, don't say anything, they let him go and pull me over right after. The second time, she said she was given a citation. That didn't stop her from speaking up when she saw Compost being detained early on Saturday morning. My mom always taught me growing up, if you see something wrong, you can speak the language, speak up, and defend these people. The amount of people in this country failing an open book history test is appalling. A week or so ago, we did the story of a student in Georgia. He went to Dalton College. I wrongly said that she had been drinking and driving. I got that wrong. I was confusing it with another story. She apparently made a wrong turn and was pulled over. But now we're learning she might not have even been driving the vehicle that made the wrong turn. She has had all charges dropped against her, but is still in ICE custody in Georgia.
The Dalton city attorney saying tonight they have dropped all charges against the 19-year-old student from Dalton who is still in ICE custody.
Originally, Dalton police say they pulled over Jimena Arias Cristobal after she made an illegal right turn at an intersection. They said she did not have a driver's license. Multiple law enforcement agencies say her arrest during that traffic stop started a series of events that landed her in an ICE detention center near Columbus, Georgia.
Well, tonight, Dalton city attorney says they have reviewed evidence against Arias Cristobal, and they say police stopped the wrong vehicle that night.
He says they are dropping charges against her as she faces an upcoming bond hearing. News Channel 9's Mary Beth Mangrum joins us now to tell us more about these developments. Mary Beth.
Josh, Kim, this is a look at the arrest of 19-year-old Jimena Arias Cristobal. It's something that the city of Dalton is now saying should not have happened. That's after a review of the dash cam footage showed Dalton police stopping the wrong truck. The city of Dalton is dismissing Jimena Arias Cristobal's charges because this black truck in the beginning of the video is the one police should have stopped. According to the city, once out of the dash cam's view, the officers saw that truck make an illegal right-hand turn onto Thornton Avenue. That officer tries to pursue it, but must stop at the red light. After the officer is able to make that turn, Arias Cristobal is pulled over in this dark gray Dodge truck. But he passes the truck police say made that illegal right turn just moments before.
Wow.
Arias Cristobal say the truck belongs to a close family friend and attempt to call that friend as well as her mother. You can also hear discussion about the Georgia state law we told you about last week that led to Arias Cristobal being taken into custody.
So in the state of Georgia, when you drive without a license, you know what happens? Have you ever been to jail? Oh, you're going. All right, go ahead and turn around for me. You have to go to jail by the state of Georgia. Hands behind your back.
Can I call my mom?
Yeah, we'll call your mom.
The city of Dalton will hold a news conference at 7 p.m. with more information on this, and we'll have full coverage on newschannel9.com.
I read that she wasn't even driving the vehicle, but it does look like she was the driver. I don't know how that's possible that she wasn't the driver, but also they're dropping the charges.
Mother, you can also hear discussion about the Georgia state law we told you about last week.
She seemed to be the only person in the vehicle.
Cristobal being taken into custody.
So in the state of Georgia, when you drive without a license, you know what happens? Have you ever been to jail? Oh, you're going. All right, go ahead and turn around for me. You have to go to jail by the state of Georgia. Hands behind your back.
Well, we're just locking up innocent people. They've done nothing wrong.
We'll hold a news conference at 7 p.m. with more information on this, and we'll have full coverage on newschannel9.com. Meanwhile, Arias Cristobal will have a bond hearing on May 20th. We asked attorney Dustin Baxter about what would happen if that bond was granted, and he tells us if she is released on bond, her case will be transferred to a non-detained immigration court and set for a new hearing, likely a year or two from now.
Wow.
We have the full dash cam videos and full coverage of Arias Cristobal's arrest at newschannel9.com. Kim?
Mary Beth, thank you.
Apparently, Hasan Piker was detained by Customs and Borders Protection for hours of questioning upon returning to the U.S. from a trip to France this weekend. Piker posted about the incident on Twitter and later talked about it on his stream. He was detained in Chicago and questioned for 2 hours about protected journalistic activities like who he's interviewed and his political beliefs. He was asked whether or not he'd interviewed Hamas, Houthis, or Hezbollah members. He was questioned about his opinions on Trump and Israel and asked about his history of bans on Twitch. His phone and laptop were not confiscated. They straight up tried to get something out of me that I think they could use to basically detain me permanently, Piker said on his stream following the incident. Do we have the video?
Mentioned that, he kept saying, "Oh, well, since you mentioned that, what do you do as a job?" And
they knew.
Twitch streamer. And he's like, "Well, since you mentioned that,
they knew.
Twitch streamer, what kind of things do you stream about?" And at first I was like, do I just tell him I play video games? Because I don't think this motherfucker going to believe me if I say I just play video games to him, right?
They knew.
So I was just like, yeah, I play video games.
You didn't get stopped by
Current
accident.
events, sometimes drama, internet. And he's like, oh, do you talk about, since you mentioned that, you talk about the things that you talk about, do you talk about the news? And I was like, yeah,
they knew.
News. And he kept
Lady
saying,
B, welcome in.
okay, so when you talk about the news, do you talk about the war?
Objectively, welcome.
By that, he's like, do you talk about Trump? And that was the first time where I was like, what the f is this question? Like, I literally straight up told him, I was like, why are you asking me this? Like, I was like, what does this have to do with anything? And
that's the entire reason they detained you.
Because they, like, the dude asked so many.
They want to chill speech
questions,
in this country.
None of which is illegal, by the way. I just need you to understand. Nothing I have done thus far is illegal, as in nothing I've done online is illegal as of now, if that makes sense. Now, laws may change in the future and they might actually start prosecuting speech, which I do fear is the goal of this administration.
Right now, they're just trying to chill speech.
Is fully protected under the First Amendment. Okay?
They're going to take any chance that they can.
These questions are actually valid questions to ask. But I was entertaining it because I didn't
try to make you think twice about what you're going to say.
Difficult because I didn't want to extend the detention. And two, I actually wanted to see how far I could take it. Maybe it was up of me to do that. Maybe it was not appropriate for me to do that, to play fast and loose with a person that has complete control over my life in that very moment. But I wanted to see, like, what
you can afford a lawyer.
What
you're the exact person that needs to be doing that shit.
Like what they were trying to take from this conversation. And so, you know, instead of
no, he should have not shut the fuck up.
Pleading the fifth, as I'm supposed to do in situations like this, I just kept.
He's the one that needs to be fucking kicking the hornet's nest.
Areas where
he's got the money and the attention to do it.
About my position, knowing full well that they know exactly what they're looking for, I saw no reason to hold back on certain things. So I said, I don't like Trump. I was like, what are you going to do? It's protected by the First Amendment. I don't like Trump. Yes. Right? Like, I was like, I'm not fond of him. I don't like him. He said he was going to end the wars. He hasn't ended the wars. What the fuck is up with that? You know? And the guy actually was very sympathetic. The agent was very sympathetic. And I don't know if it was like a JCS style interrogation technique to come across as sympathetic to like invoke some
probably
positive feelings out of me in an effort to like get me to reveal something maybe that'll trip me up. Or
Yeah.
because he just genuinely was sympathetic and he had the vibes of someone who was like, I don't know why I'm doing this.
A cab.
Right? But he was like, listen, I'm Iraqi, so I know. And let me tell you, I do think that him being Iraqi played a big role in this, because if he wasn't, there was a lot of editor-ass white boys that are at Customs and Border Patrol at O'Hare Airport. I saw them walk by. There was a dude who looked like he was like 25 max, but he was balding. And I knew immediately, if that my agent, I'm screwed. I'm going to CCOT. This dude is going to literally hook me. So I got a little lucky. All right. I will.
You're not going to CCOT. You're Hasan Piker. You're very high profile. You can afford the best attorneys in the country. You're the man who has the least worry about it and should indeed be kicking the hornet's nest.